Welcome to the Planet Paintball Podcast, the ultimate podcast for paintball enthusiasts. Each week, we dive into the world of paintball, bringing you stories, insights, and tips from players, coaches, and industry insiders. Sponsored by 1023 Sportswear. Looking for high-quality gear that performs as hard as you do? Check out 1023 Sportswear. And as a listener of the Planet Paintball Podcast, you can get 20% off your order with the code Planet Paintball. Suit up, save big, and play your best.
Welcome back to the Planet Paintball Podcast, brought to you by 1023 Sportswear, your local Southeast region custom apparel maker. Head to toe, they got you covered. Use code Planet Paintball for 20% off your order. And Southwest Paintball in Bayfield, Colorado. Go out and say hi to John for us. Hey, if this is not your first time here, go ahead and give a like and subscribe or comment. Shout out where you're listening from. We'd appreciate it. Anyways, I've got the Killionaires with me tonight. Long overdue. First things first, boys. My heart goes out to you. You guys experienced a loss recently, and that's always tough, especially when it's a good buddy from a team. So
Appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
But I have Chris and Ryan here, and they're going to introduce themselves. Chris, tell us where you're from.
Well, man, I'm originally from Venezuela, but I moved to Miami like in 2015, and then pretty much like been living here for 10 years, little more than 10 years.
Okay.
Moved here to North Carolina like 3 years and a half ago, and then just living life, enjoying paintball every Sunday. That's pretty much where I'm from.
Ryan?
Originally, I am from Charlotte, and I still live in Charlotte. Pretty much same thing as Chris. We're usually out every Sunday playing ball. That's a big part of our lives right there.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, let's get into it, boys. I guess we'll go in the same order. So, Chris, how did you find paintball, man?
I guess it's pretty much like almost everybody. Like I was at work. Okay, so time out. A couple years ago, back in my country, I did play paintball like one or two times, no more than that. But it was like woods ball. So I was like, this is fun. But I was kind of like a kid. Was like 12, 13 years old. And I was like, this hurts a little. So it's fun, but not that fun. You know what I mean? So after a couple of years, like I will say 2022, almost 2023, one of my coworkers was pretty much his birthday party. And he was like, dude, let's go play paintball. Like all of us together, my family and a couple friends. And I was like, let's do it. Why not? And that was my first time playing on a speedball field. Since then, I just fall in love. I saw people like diving, like jumping over the snake, bunkering on people. And I was like, wow, this is like a new world for me. Pretty much since his birthday is since I've been playing paintball nonstop. Even my girlfriend said that I'm addicted to it, like I have an addiction. So yeah, I haven't been able to stop playing paintball since that day, to be honest.
Nice. And Ryan?
So I had played paintball probably about 6-7 years ago, something like that. And I played down at Glory Road, and we actually formed a team there. And I think we played like 2 tournaments maybe. And then the team had to disband because life got in the way. And then up about maybe a year ago is when I went back to Glory Road. I was just like, oh yeah, I still have all my paintball gear. I feel like playing, so I went to go play, and that's actually where I met Chris. I met
Yeah.
Chris first, and then I think the weekend after, that's when I met Steven, and Steven was talking about forming a team. He was like, yeah, I already got one guy joining me, and I was like, what's his name? And he said Chris, and I was like, you got a picture of this guy? And he showed me to him, and it ended up being Chris. So I was like, okay, so we're actually doing this. So that's when I was like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll join the team. And we've come a ways since then.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much my story right there.
So, you guys met out at Glory Roads there?
Yeah. Yeah. I will say like since I started playing like paintball like every weekend, Glory Road back in the day was my home field because that's the only paintball field that I know. So I was like, okay, you're just gonna play by myself, enjoy paintball like one day every weekend until I met Steve. And then I was basically by myself standing in the hyperball field. And then Steve just knocked on my back and he was like, dude, you got a speedball marker that had a Empire X 2.0. And
Okay.
he was like, you want to join us, play some speedball? It was like him and his son, Grayson. And I was like, yeah, sure. So we play a 3v3. We ended up being like a 12 situation, like me against them two, like Grayson and Steve. And then I don't know what I just did, bro, but I dove into the snake and then I shoot both of them out. And then after that point, Steve was like, I like that. I'm about to create a team. Do you want to join? And I was like, hell yeah.
So how long was it from like the formation to the first tournament?
It was pretty quick, to be honest. I
It
would
was like a
say
month or two,
yeah, a month
Okay.
or two.
something
Because
like that.
Steve used to play like D4 a couple years ago, and then he already had like paintball tournament experience. But I never had a tournament before 19. Ryan only had one, so he wanted to give us, a little more experience tournament wise. So that's when we play our first tournament at Common Decisions last season, like last year.
Okay.
Yeah,
Was that a C3XL?
It
yeah,
was, yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
That's the only league that we have played for now.
Okay, so you guys haven't ventured up to the CFOA or anything yet?
I've played CFOA back in the day, but it's
Okay.
like I said, it's been a couple years.
Nice. So how'd that first one go, boys?
Well, nothing.
Yeah. Okay. So it sucked because Steven was the one who formed the team, and the crappy the crappy part about it was he wasn't even able to play that tournament with us because he was a lineman, he was a foreman, so he had to be out of town that weekend. So all it was me, Chris, and his son Grayson, and dude, we got dead last place, very bottom, and Chris got a damn major. His very first tournament, he got a major.
I think that we didn't even get a single point on the entire day.
Oh, that's rough.
Yes, it was rough. My stress level was like above my head. Like Ryan was looking at me at my face, and I was like, "Don't talk to me, dude. Please don't talk to me."
But the crazy part though is that so after that tournament, I think it was Steven or Jeff. One of them texted Giovanni, paintball dad, and was like,
Yep,
"Hey,
that
can you
was
come
Jeff.
out?" That wasn't Jeff. Okay. He
Yeah,
was like, "Hey, can you come out and like coach us for the last tournament?" He was like, "Sure, I got you." Like Steve's back for this tournament, Giovanni's coaching us, and we score third. So we
yeah,
went from dead last to
yeah,
a third place, like to a podium. That's
Not
yeah,
too shabby. Not too
yeah.
shabby.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
because like Steve created the team and then he made me join the team. Ryan joined the team, and then I will say, of course, Grayson as well. But I will say like 2 or 3 months later, Jeff just show up at Glory Road, and then he also joined the team.
Okay.
Thanks to Jeff, he texted Paintball Dad, and then basically he brought Paintball Dad into the team. So he was our coach for the season finale last season. And then, like Ryan just said, we went from like last place to third place within like a month and a half or something like that. So, and since then, like we just like on the +3, like we're just podium, and podium like nonstop. And it's been a cool season, to be honest.
Yeah. So are you guys still playing D6 or are you
Yeah.
in D5?
Yes,
D6
for
still?
now.
Okay.
Yes, for now we're just playing D6. The main goal is, try to get the first place at the end of the season. And then next year our plans is like D5, C3XL, and then we also want to have some experience on 5-man layers.
Cool.
We had talked to Steven, or at least I did, whenever we did get to D5. Being how we're playing, we kind of expect to podium the same way in D5. So we were trying to play as much D5 as we can because if we keep podiuming, we're going to be D4 by the year after. So we
Yeah.
were talking about playing, the C3XLs, some CFOAs, some AXLs, and we even talked about playing one or two of the NGXLs too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
I
only
think
problem the only problem with NGXLs is like we have to travel like 10 hours or something like that.
No, no. I looked it up. Barrage is only like 4 hours from me. It's not that
Okay.
bad.
So it might be
It's not
5
that
for
bad.
me.
yeah,
Yeah.
you go down the night before, have a good time with the boys, you know?
Yeah. Actually, that was really fun. We did that for the last tournament of the C3XL. like the one that we play in June, Carolina stream. We stayed like a night before on our Airbnb, and that was one of the coolest night ever with the paintball team together.
Yeah. No, it's fun when you get a night with the boys for sure.
Yeah.
Where'd you guys stay down there? Did you stay in Clemson or did you stay around the lake?
Pickens, South Carolina.
Yeah,
was
Pickens.
where it was at.
It was really close to the field. It was like what, like 10 minutes, 12 minutes from the field.
It's like, yeah, about 12, 15,
Okay.
something like that.
Nice. So you guys played the first two. You go from dead last to third. You come back in the season. Did you guys? You didn't play the turkey shoot, did you?
No, we didn't.
No,
Okay.
we're there. We did not play the turkey shit. I think that Steve did show up just to play or with, I don't know, just to be there.
Yeah,
But like,
I think he did.
yeah, I think he did show up. But I wasn't able to because I was busy at work.
Yeah. That's a hard time of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's
the
busy.
weekend after Thanksgiving, I think it was. It can be a little rough to get off or get out from the family for sure.
Yeah.
Oh. And then you guys come to, did you go to the invitational?
No, we didn't.
No. Okay.
No, we didn't. Because
So you
that
said
was
on that.
like, the invitational was Common Decision or Carolina Stream. I can't
So
remember.
yeah, it was
Carolina Extreme.
Carolina Extreme, yeah. Because like we did talk about that, but the thing is like for the invitational, we have to drive like 3 hours, and then we're like really busy on our schedule. So we're like, okay, we're gonna not be at the invitational, but we're gonna play every C3XL from now on.
Yeah.
And also because it wasn't on PB League, so we were like, well, if this one doesn't
Yeah.
really count, then why drive 3 hours? Now, if it was at Palmetto, yeah, we probably would have went to the Invitational.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It was a little too far for us.
Gotcha. So we're going into the first event. How does the first event go for you guys?
Smooth.
Yeah. I mean, since last season, we had played 3 tournaments so far, and then we got third place on the first tournament. We got second place on our second tournament, and then we got third on the last tournament right now in June.
So first, second, third, right?
Third,
No,
second, third.
Third, second, third. Okay.
Yeah. We're still waiting on the first place, but yeah, we're working on it. We're working on
Hey,
it.
It's coming. It's coming.
You're in the hunt, and more importantly, you're in the hunt for the season prize, which is free paintball.
Fighting. We gotta fight the tropics for it.
What's that?
Wildfire is the one we got to worry
The
about.
Wildfire, yeah, the Wildfire is like a really good team too. They play really good ball.
Those are athletes playing paintball. We're paintballers trying to be athletes. You know what I mean?
That's true. That's true.
They are really cool guys, though. You can't hate them.
So where? Well, I mean, I'll just pull it up right now. Let's see. You guys are in third place for the season right now, right? Or no, you're in second place for the season.
Yes, we're second.
Okay. And behind you is Carolina Nightmare, and then above you is the Tropics. Okay. Let's see. I knew Wildfire's got a long way to catch up with you guys. And they got 40 points.
Yeah.
No, 9 points to catch up with you guys. And you got 25 points to catch up with the Tropics.
Tropics, yeah.
So you guys need to win it and have them not break the top 5.
We're trying.
They're trying. That's the main goal, believe me. Yeah, actually, like we're trying so hard that we've been doing like besides practices, we're doing like drill sessions after Sunday's practice, or we're trying to include like another day of the weekend just for drills. So, we want to get as much chemistry as we can as a team, but it's something that we've been working really hard the past couple of weekends. So let's see how it goes for this next tournament.
All right, so you guys have been practicing hard. What does a typical Killionaires practice look like?
We'll run points for like half the day just with the other teams there. And then usually when everyone starts to leave or whatever and the field becomes open, that's when our real like practice comes into play. Like we do all types of breakout drills. We'll do snapshot drills.
1v1s, like holding
Yeah,
zones, like low body situations, uh, crawling into the snake, like diving into the corners. Like we try to practice like as much as we can, like you were playing like a real point. You know what I mean? The stuff that you need when you're playing a real point, like try to be sneaky on the snake, try to run as fast as you can to your first bunker and make a save, don't get shot off the break. So pretty much like all the stuff that you need to become a better paintball player. So also Giovanni, shout out to Giovanni for being an amazing coach. Dude, like we already had an idea of how to play paintball, but this guy is just like fueling like a lot of information on my brain like every weekend, every time that I see him, like we just have really good chemistry, like we work really good on the field, and then he's been a really good coach, to be honest.
awesome. We really do appreciate him.
Yeah.
Is he gonna step on the field with you guys for any of the remaining of the season, or
Next year he will,
next year he'll be
because
Yeah.
I
able to?
know most events will allow one Division 4 player to play with a Division 5 team. So yeah, we plan on having him with us next year, playing with
Okay,
us.
cool.
Yeah, even though he said that it's unfortunately that he cannot play with us right now because he's D4 with D6.
Yeah.
But like we're really excited for next season because the lineup that we're gonna have for next season is gonna be a really sick lineup.
Yeah,
Like
it's gonna be tough.
Okay.
Dude.
it's gonna be tough because we have really good. Even though that we're D6, couple of us has like I will say that couple of us has like skills above D6 level. And
Okay.
then having Giovanni in our team is like a lot. Like, it make it better. So I really think that we're gonna have a really good lineup for next season.
Nice. Well, I would definitely encourage you guys, since you were talking about playing some 5-man stuff, and I think you could get away with it this year if you wanted to, going out and doing the Blitz up in Greensboro, because you might get D5 points for that. And we
Is
wouldn't
it?
want to, might have to check in with the guys at PBC and see.
Well, we'll have to check the dates because if it's after the last C3XL, then that
There's
would
the
work.
ticket,
You know
right?
what I mean?
Then it
Yeah.
could
Yeah,
work.
after 3XL, we might be able to do something like a
Yep.
5-man. Actually, the main goal of this year, like at the end of the season, is take the whole squad and then go to World Cup.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
going
Either
World Cup.
either play 5-man or either play X-Ball. That's a decision that we need to take between the team. But like we would like to have, that experience, a little bit of 5-man World Cup experience. I think
Yeah.
that it will be super cool. So
World Cup is worth it. The X Ball is way more expensive. 5-man's a little easier on the pocketbook,
yeah.
but that's what you get for a national event. And it's great to go down there and play, but also have a little bit of time to just experience World Cup, man. Like, especially
Yeah.
if you haven't been down there before, like it's cool to have all the vendors and stuff there. And
I'm gonna go back home broke, bro.
yeah,
Me too, bro. Yeah, it's gonna be bad.
yeah. Yeah, my first year I went down there on a shoestring budget and couldn't buy anything. And then the second year I saved and set money aside to spend at World Cup.
Yeah,
It's
right.
like
Yeah.
we're like, okay, this amount of money is for the trip, and then this extra $1,000 is for just buy extra stuff at the booths.
Yeah, that's about right. Hope
I'm
you don't
probably
spend
gonna
it
do
all
that.
on a gun or something, but that's about right.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough because like when you walk into these amazing booths and like you see these new R5 with this new milling or these CS3s, like, do I really need this? Yes, I need this,
Well, and if they got that beer garden open, it encourages good decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Been walking by that
Retweet.
thing all day and you get a couple in you and you go, yeah, I'm just gonna pull the trigger on it.
But yeah, definitely that's the 5-man layout experience, like 5-man tournament we want to get at the end of the season. We're not expecting getting first place. It's just, to have the experience. Even you lose, even you win, you're always gonna learn. So I think 5-man is gonna be better for us, either because we can see like the pros playing and then you can play the mountains and you can play, different kind of scenarios. And then it's way cheaper, like you said. So yeah, I think that we're definitely doing that at the end of the year.
Nice. Yeah, well, to get some playing experience, if you guys can squeeze in a Blitz, and not that I don't love Tyler's league. Tyler, I love your league.
Yeah, he's going to be watching this too.
Yeah,
I know I'm giving the CFOA guys a lot right now, but the C3XL is awesome too.
yeah. G3XL is really
They
an
can both
amazing league.
live in the same environment. But what's nice about the Blitz is that you guys would play the fun division, which is everyone up to D4. So it encapsulates D4 guys and down. So Paintball Dad could definitely come and play with you, but you get that experience of playing against higher divisional guys in a tournament setting, right? And you'll only get like D5 points for it. So
Okay. All right.
now let me ask you this, guys. The pros just did a 3-man thing. Did either of you get to watch it?
Yeah.
What did you think about it?
Well,
Thought
I
it was
did
sick.
watch a couple of games. I wasn't able to watch like the whole live because I was kind of busy at work, but I did watch a couple of games, and I was like, dude, this is the future. I was like,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, so you guys liked it. I did not get to watch any of it, and I have not had time to go back to watch it.
Yeah.
Now let me
Yeah,
ask you
I
this:
did watch
they
it.
did a 4-pod maximum, right? Loader and 4 pods. Is that something you think the C3XL should put in, or are you like taking all the paint?
That's a tough
To
one,
be
man,
honest with you,
because
yes, it's tough.
one of the guys on the Tropics, dude, every single
I was
point.
about to say the
Yeah,
same
you know
thing. Yes,
exactly who it is.
Jake.
There's a guy in there. His name's Jake, dude. Every point, this dude walks out there with 11 pods, bro, and he's a back player.
Fourth.
I'll be damned if he don't shoot every single one of them pods each point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't, I don't know. I don't know about 4, maybe like 6.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think it's tough. Like, I think they did like not more pods for the pros because that's what they are. They are pros. They're not there to dump pain, and then they need to get the match going as fast as they can. But like for CTXL, I will say that no more than 5, 6.
Okay.
You don't need more than that if you're not playing back center like home. Like I think the max that I have shot in a tournament, like in one point, is like no more than 4 pods,
Okay.
and then a hopper. But yeah, I think they just did that to the pros because that's what they are. They're pros.
Yeah. Well, I will say for most 3-mans, I'd shoot about 4 pods, right?
Yeah.
Now with the C3XL, some of those teams like to really lock it up,
Yeah.
and I had to end up bringing out 6, 7 pods.
You know when the team that you are about to play, you've been watching the team playing for the last 3 tournaments, so you know how you gotta play them. If you gotta play conservative, you can take 2 extra pots just in
Yeah.
case. If you're low on points, you might take just only 1 or 2 pots because you gotta run the wire, and you have not enough time. But it depends against the team that you're playing with.
All right, cool. Well, I'm glad I got your input. And for those that don't know, the C3XL is a 3-man X-Ball league. 10-minute points, right?
7 minutes.
7.
7-minute points. Okay, 7-minute points. So you do have the possibility of making that one very long point, or
Yeah, for sure.
you can easily, like, I think most get in 3 points to 4 points, I would say is like the average in a
You're
match.
talking, but
Up
yeah, it
to
goes
3.
up to 3.
Because,
yeah.
okay.
I mean, unless you're playing like the quarters or like the semis, finals. So if
Usually
you're
zero or
tied, you get
numbers.
like overtime, and then if you're
Yeah.
still tied on overtime, you go to 1v1 situation. So
There's a decent
like
amount of
that's
ties
cool.
that happen in the league, and it has to
Huh.
go to
Yes,
overtime.
yes. Actually, last tournament at Carolina's stream, the D4 guys, I think it was Vanguard, Rice and Beans.
Yep.
They were playing the finals for third and fourth, if I'm
Mhm.
not mistaken, and they tie for the 7 minutes, and they tie for the overtime. And they have to play the 1v1,
Nice.
and that was a very intense game. Like we all were like this, we were like
Yeah,
watching the
everyone was like
game.
that.
Like I can tell you that it was like at least 20 seconds of silence. Nobody were talking while they were playing. Like just all you can hear was like paka 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 paka.
That's awesome.
It was. It's a close one too.
Yeah. Yeah. I love if he can get a webcast going. What's my gosh, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm forgetting your name, but you're part of Carolina Nightmare, and I know you were going to talk to Tyler about getting I can't remember his name, and my inbox on this thing is like so ridiculous. It's just because, with Instagram, like every little post that's shared gets
Yeah,
like a
they
new
tag
message.
you, and then you have like 1,000 new messages.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like it's anytime I launch a new thing and share it, it's like the stuff I want to get to gets buried like quickly.
Yeah.
Is he?
But is he him for like Nightmare Pink, Nightmare Blue?
He wasn't playing at the last one. He was just hanging out with, I think it's J Mac.
You talking about Mason?
B?
Because I know he was like coaching the D6 lines.
He did coach him last tournament.
I'm not gonna find it. It's just
Too many messages.
it's just too much stuff. And I swear some of them disappear for some reason.
I wouldn't doubt it.
You never find the ones you really want. And you're like, oh no, I definitely talked to that dude around the same time I talked to this dude. And then you realize that dude shared something.
Yeah,
It
and then
becomes a thing.
you maybe never open the message, and then he's still waiting for your answer.
Oh no, I definitely opened his message. We took a photo together. But anyway, shout out to you, man. I'll get you on the next episode. I'll shout you out. So what's Ryan had prep work on this one. So I'll let Ryan go first, but then Chris, I want to hear yours. What's your favorite drill to do in practice? Or what you think is the most useful? It might not be your favorite, but
Oh, I guess if we want to go to like the most useful, definitely like or some sort of breakout drill.
okay.
Doing everything you can possible to not get shot off break and start your team with a body down or two bodies down, depending on how it goes. I think that's one of the most important drills for me, at least. Which I mean, normally I don't get shot off break, but it does happen. It is paintball. It does happen. But anything to just do better off the break, and just keep you alive, not only in a defense aspect, but a offensive aspect, like shooting off the break, like getting that kill off the break. Doing those drills is probably my favorite to do, because if they're down a body, instant push. Like, you know what I mean? That's just how it is.
Yeah, no, I like that one. And I love doing breakout drills because I feel like you can experiment a little bit more there, right? Like if you're only doing 20 seconds, 10-second breakout drills, your back guys are learning your shots. And hopefully your front guys are learning the routes they can get away with. And if there's a unique route, because you're only spending 10 seconds on it, you can go, hey, I'm going to have them run it. And the guys on the other side of the field, I'm going to tell them they're running it to see if they can shoot them.
Yeah, exactly.
What about you, Chris?
Me personally, I will say that I have two that I really like. That is 1v1s, and then holding the zone, like starting like a low body situation, like both like me and my team, we start in the bunkers, and the other three guys start on the bunkers, but we're not able to move. They can move between bunkers, but we just gotta stay there, locking the sun. So actually, me and Aiden 2 weeks ago, we both of us did that like the drill, and then I think it's pretty cool because you gotta keep up the communication with your team. Like, hey, I'm looking at the snake. You watch the D side, so I got your back. You got my back, and then keep up the communication from where the other people, like the enemies, is moving at between the bunkers. I think that's a really cool drill because it gives you a lot of skills when you're playing at real point. Because like when you are like low body situation, you need to lock those zones. You cannot let that people go further than where they at right now. Also, keeping up the communication with my teams is really cool. Doing drills and also 1v1s. I love 1v1s. Like matter of fact, I had to text Tyler today because I was about to sign up for the Battle of Aces #2 that is this next Friday.
Yeah.
And then I think all the tickets are sold out, and I was like, no. I really love like 1v1s. I think like paintball is like a team, like a team game. Like you need communication, you need to work out the game with your team, but also it's a lot of individual skills. Because like if you're fighting your mirror or you gotta find you can, fight your wire, it's only up to you. You are the one who has to, shoot the other guy. That way you can, push forward on the field and then get the point. And then I feel that playing 1v1s give you a lot of skills. It's like, okay, if this guy is not looking at me, I can move to this next bunker and maybe get a better angle on him. This is a game of inches. Like you gotta move fast, think fast. So I will say that 1v1 is one of the best ones for me.
Okay. I don't hate it. Like
Yeah.
you're right. It works on a lot of your individual skills. I think it makes you work on your field awareness, because you can, if you don't keep track of that guy, your day can get bad pretty quick. So did you get to play the first tournament of Aces?
Yes. Actually, we
Okay.
both did. I will
Okay.
say like almost every Killionaire did, besides a couple of them. I think Giovanni, like Paintball that played it, Aiden, Ethan, right? I'm sorry, Ryan, Steve, I think,
Yeah,
and me, and I think that's it, right?
yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it was a really cool
And
event.
it was funny because all four of Giovanni's matches, he had to play four Killionaires.
Yes.
He didn't get to play anybody else, dude. I was like, are you kidding? Me being one of them. So I was like,
Yeah. Actually, he had to play me for the quarters, if I'm not mistaken, for the quarterfinals. Yes, he pretty much had to play every Killionaire for the 1v1. That was something crazy. We were laughing at the pits, like, how this is happening? Yeah, but it was a really good event. I mean, I learned a lot from it. I wasn't expecting it how it did, to be honest. I knew that I was about to play against D5, D4, some of them D3 and D2 players. Like, shout out to Owen Peach. He was there. Like, he's a really cool kid. Dude, he plays amazing paintball.
he's a
Like,
damn prodigy, bro.
dude, every time I see this kid playing Palmetto or videos of him playing with Underground or something like that, just like he just plays so good. And
He
then
does.
I wasn't expecting, me getting fourth place out of 30, So I was like, okay, I guess I'm doing something good. I might be lucky, but I'm really excited for this second tournament. I want to see if it was only luck for me or if I'm doing something right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Uh, But
I
it
feel
was a
like
really good tournament.
if you're beating Owen Pinch, especially in a 1v1, that's definitely not luck. I think that's more on the skill side.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to play.
Owen's
I had to
Owen's
play
nasty with it.
couple. Yeah, he's a nasty paintball player.
For
I had to
sure.
play like couple D4 and D2 guys for the 1v1. I think Drake what was the first game I had. Actually, he did won that game. I lost that one, and then I had to play against another D3 or D4 guy, and I won that one. Play against Keith, Fang, and then I had to play Owen Pinch as my last game for the prelims. And then I got so excited because I was able to beat him. Like he's a D3, D2 guy. So I was like, wow, I can't believe I just did this. But yeah, it was really fun.
So break it down for us. How does that tournament series work? How many prelim matches do you get?
So it's like a normal tournament. You have four prelim matches.
Okay.
And it goes like a tournament. So I think Tyler only took like what the top 10 people or top 8 people. I can't remember. It was one of those two numbers though.
Okay.
Then it's top eight
Top
because
8,
they gotta
yeah.
play for fifth and fourth, and then fourth and third, and then third and second for first.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that. And then so it's called Battle of the Aces, and it's like a poker type deal. So after every match so when you get there, when you sign up, you get to draw a card. And then after every match that you win, you get to draw another card. And this is its own separate prize. This has nothing to do with winning the event. So
Okay.
so you could be, I shouldn't say dead last because you're not going to win a poker game with one card. You know what I mean? But like if you get to like eighth place and you end up having like Aiden from the Killionaires, he had two kings and something else, I think.
Can't
And he ended
remember,
up,
but he had the best hand of the
Yeah,
entire
but
night.
he had the best hand, and he was like 8th or 7th place, something like that. So
Okay.
he won like 3 boxes of paint, I think it was.
Yeah.
Hey, that's not too
So yeah,
shabby.
even if you don't win the
No.
tournament, you can still win the best hand and still
Yeah,
go
you
home with
can.
something. Yeah.
Even if you don't win, you can have something extra, that is worth the price for the tournament, even though that is not a bad price. For the level of the tournament that we're playing, like Tyler has been doing like a really good like setup for the tournament, like light wise, equipment wise, referees, the field is always in perfect shape, like in perfect condition. So it's worth, it's worth.
Palmetto always has the best grass field in the Carolinas,
Yes,
period.
yes, they do. Yeah,
Yeah. So,
there's no doubt
and the
about that.
trophy's really cool too. It's like
Yeah.
Yes.
it's an old school gun. It says Tournament of Aces on it. It has some like a cool little
The
poker head.
hand and the cars, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
you can
Yeah.
actually pull the trigger on the marker.
It's a real gun.
Yeah, it's a real marker. So like you're getting the real deal. It may or may not work, So, it is like an old school thing. Like I think this one's like a dangerous powers marker or something.
Yeah, something like that. I think a Die
So
Rise was the last one, wasn't it?
yeah, I
Yeah,
think it was.
that's the one that Owen Pinch had, right?
Yeah,
That's
I
the
think
one that he won in
yeah.
the first tournament.
Yeah. But I just think that's like that's such a cool trophy in a world where like you're
Yeah.
normally just getting like medals and maybe a plaque for the team, like to get a
I think
trophy
like
that's
the
a gun.
idea, I don't know if this was like Tyler's or Pete's idea. I don't know who had this idea, but I think it's one of the coolest trophies I ever seen because like, okay, you got a trophy with I don't know, NXL name on it or something like a cup. But like when you get like a trophy, like with a paintball marker saying that you are the winner, the first place winner, and then you have like on the trophy, you have like a hand with poker cards. I think it's just like an amazing
Sick,
idea.
dude.
And it
Yeah.
looks sick. It looks sick. One of my biggest desires will have the second tournament trophy right here hanging on my wall. I will say, oh yeah,
Yeah, no, it's I'm gonna give it up to both Palmetto and the guys at PBC. They're coming out with really inventive and fun ways to play tournament paintball. And if you can make it to any Carolina event, like you're gonna do something that's a little bit different than anywhere else, and it makes it fun again. Like
Yeah.
I spent 3 years playing X ball with the boys on Relapse, and like it was fun to go play the Blitz. It was fun to go play the C3XL. I really want to make it out. I was kind of bummed out because we're going to the mechanical event this
I
weekend.
gotcha.
And I was like, well, I could go up and play Tournament of Aces on Friday night and then just keep driving
Yeah, right.
I mean,
after the fact.
if it's not a bad idea, you can just stop for like a couple hours, play the
Yeah.
tournament, and then you can just keep straight driving.
Drive for about an hour and a half, play a tournament,
But
then get
wait,
back in the car.
did you play? You said that you played the C3XL. Did you play this season or last season?
I played the turkey shoot, and
Okay.
then I did the first event of this season, and I
Of the
haven't
season.
made it out since then. But I am coming back with the Greenville AC Greenville guys for the
Well,
Okay.
one coming up. So
Are you
they've been
play?
playing good.
Yeah. Are
those
you
boys
playing
went
the?
hard at the last one.
Are you playing D4?
I'm playing deep. Yeah.
Yeah, they play. They play tough. One of them, I remember a point that he bunkered on this kid at home, and he was like, "You want to keep going?" And I was like,
Yeah, that's the boys.
"Yeah,
I saw their D6 line was signed up again for this next tournament. And I've been watching the D6 AC Greenville guys, and they look good out there, man. But I look at their podium or the spots they place, and I'm like, that doesn't add up.
Yeah, it's been a rough start, right? But as individual players, they've gotten way better over just the last 6 months or so. And a lot of those guys are pretty new.
Really.
Eric's not new to paintball, but he kind of just came back. Corey had a team and then left for a little bit and came back. So they're putting in the work though, and it's gonna click at an event for them. And a lot of the D6 guys actually played D5 at the last event just because it was so close to home too. So they we had the D6 and D4 guys, and they played an event, and then some of the guys that played D4, or one of the guys that played D4 came back down, played D5, and some of the guys from the D6 line went up. And I think there was like one guy who didn't play the Saturday before on that line, and that was it. They had a pretty good showing. So, D4 got second place. And I know D made the cut, but did not realize they made the cut and had packed up, and all of them went home.
We did hear about that.
Yeah.
They actually got third place, but they drove home before.
Yeah, they drove home. So
yeah, we were like, why they do that, bro?
So that there was some confusion about if it went to head first or point spread first, and whatever it actually does, they thought it was the other way around, so they thought they didn't make it in. But they've been given ample amount of hell for that.
Hey, but they still get the points, right? So they might not be there for the picture, but they still got the points. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So good on them though. The whole camp's coming up. They're all working really hard. They're making me feel like a slacker, but I'm all right with that right now. A little bit, But we got some killers, and a couple of them went and played the NGXL, not the NGXL, the NXL with the leftovers. Really? Nate and Eric went and played, and ended up on a team with my boy Shaggy from Bear Ridge.
But did you guys play? Did you guys play the one that we had here in Rock Hill like a couple months ago?
At Palmetto?
No, the one you say NXL or AXL?
NXL. They went and played the NXL.
No,
the Rice and Bean guys went and played the AXL in Rock Hill. I did not make that event with them. That was during my time where I was like, okay, gotta cut back on the tournaments and stuff.
Hey, getting back into tournaments is not easy. It's expensive. Like, besides your monthly bills, now if you add paintball bills, like tournaments, like entry fees, paint, gas, food, it's not easy.
It's like you're signing a waiver to say, hey, you're about to go broke, right? You're like,
yeah, pretty much.
You sign it.
Pretty much.
Yes, sign me up and don't mention it again, please.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like this meme that you can see on social media of the guy like handing the credit card, like, just take my money. That's it.
Yeah.
Just take my money. That's it.
Yeah. I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear about it. Just take it. Let's get it over with. And that's what I like about, the AXL, you got to buy a ID for, and you don't have to do that for the C3XL or the Blitz stuff, which I think makes it super accessible just to come in and out if you want. Like, man, I don't want to pay the 60 extra bucks for the season, and then, World Cup, if you're playing that, you got to buy that pass for the season. That at least goes for a whole year. So even if you just play World Cup, in theory, the next year you could go to the other events, right? And not have to pay that fee until World Cup again. So,
I mean, the thing is, like, if we're talking about like 3-man tournaments or 5-man tournaments, C3XL, like, because it's a 3-man tournament, it's always more like accessible, it's more like it's something that you can get like 5 guys on a team and then split the 140, 160 or $180 entry fee. And it's not bad. Like, we had to pay like $28 each player, and then we're playing a really good tournament. Like, we had a really good crowd. We had an amazing, like, owner of the league that always, tried to keep up with everything and, make us have a really good experience on the tournament. Like I said, I have never played CFOA or AXL or NXL, but like, for the experience that I have on these kind of like a 3-man tournaments, I would say, like, it's very accessible. It's like, money wise, it's one of the best things that you can do if you want to start playing like paintball in the future.
Well, and what he's done with the field, like, he's shrunk it down to where it's comparable to 5-man. Like, when you blow that field back up, and put 2 more bodies on it. You aren't feeling like, oh, it's so huge or the C3XL is too small or anything like that. He really it shows he put a lot of thought and trial and error into that field size to really give you guys, hey, this is a great platform, to play, but also like if you're going to jump into 5-man, like you aren't going to feel like it's going to feel the same. Obviously different because of 2 more guns shooting at you, but as far as like the field distance and stuff, it's going to feel pretty close to how the game feels, at least in it.
Yeah, that's what I like from these kind of C3XL layouts because I heard that like 3-man tournaments used to play on a 5-man layout a couple of years ago. So it's kind of like you get lost, you know. It's better when you get like a layout size, like not it's not huge, so you can enjoy like a little more like fast paintball. That's what the
Yeah.
name, it's speedball, so you can have more action instead of crawling and trying to look for somebody. Hey, D1, hey, D2, So
Yeah, it's like you said, it's pretty comparable to how the 5-man experience goes. You know, that's one of the things like I would like to see with the pro thing. I understand they couldn't do it because you had a actual X ball event after the fact, but I would like to see the field shrink a little bit because when you're working with a 5-man field and playing 3-man, it's easier to ghost people, right? And there's a lot more space to work with. I also would like to see them take out the snake beams at least because, in that scenario with a 5-man field, I don't feel like you're crawling in 3-man. The C3XL is a little bit different because it's all shrunk down, and then you need a snake guy.
you're always gonna need a snake guy, so don't matter like what layer you're playing, like because the field is not huge. It's the perfect size for a 3-man tournament. So you're always gonna need a good D side player, and you're always gonna need a good snake player because those are your attackers, and
Yeah.
then you're always gonna need them, no matter the
Yeah.
layout that you're playing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I think with the C3XL, like your home player, and I'm going to put that in quotations because you're so close already, needs to be really comfortable cutting up that middle.
Yeah, agreed.
So like I will say the first 10 seconds are the most important for the home player because you got 5 to set up a lane, and then you got another 5 to make it to the 50. So
Yeah, but that home player's got to learn to also be an attacker too, going up to 50.
Yeah.
That's how the C3XL we've noticed it at least. That's how.
Well, especially if you burn off a side, right? Like
Yeah.
if you burn off a D side or a snake side, then the home player really needs to contain
Mm-hmm.
the other team and move up to put pressure on them.
Yes.
yeah, that's pretty much the main idea of the C3XL. It's like a really fast game, and you have to put a lot of pressure because, like, if you're not doing the right thing, if you're not setting the line where you're supposed to set the line, the other guys are gonna set the line in your face because it's like a really fast game. So you gotta think really fast. And then
Yeah, those
also it helps a
points.
lot having a coach because like the coach can see stuff that you cannot see. So it helps, hey, you can do this, you can do that, they're doing this, they're not doing this.
I would say you almost have to have a coach if you're going to be successful in most cases, or the guys you're playing with have to be really high IQ'd. But either way, I think you need someone who's there watching and able to tell the guys coming off the field, hey, this is what happened, because you don't always get to see what happens, right? Like you lose your Dorito guy and you're facing Snake Way and they run up and just blow you open. Like you don't know how that happened necessarily. If your snake guy's not looking across because he's still crawling,
You have no idea how they got to you.
yeah. So it's always helpful to have that guy watching. That's also why I like they limited the rosters to 5 too. Was so like people can come in with like 6 dudes, 7 dudes and play this format. Like 5's enough where you can have a rotation and play.
Yeah. I mean, I will say like if you have maybe one more player, it can make it funner because that way you have 3 guys playing 1 point and 3 guys playing the second point.
True.
But being a 5-man roster, I will say that is also, it gives you that extra, how can I say that? Like extra stuff that you have to do. I don't know how to say that because like one player is always gotta play. One
Yeah.
of the 5 guys
Yeah.
always gonna have to be playing. Either like for us, like what we did in the last 2 or 3 tournaments, Steve used to be our home player. So he was the one that pretty much playing every single point. And then at some
Then
point he
your
used to go
runners would switch out.
exactly because like he used to, stay at home and then set the lines and then all we have to do it was pretty much like crawl up the snake and push up the center 50 and start like applying pressure to them. So normally Ryan and I are the ones that like got tired really quick because we were like doing running, jumping, diving and all this stuff. And then Steve was able to, keep up playing with the next point as a home player. But
The
I
the
will say,
last tournament, there was a lot of points where like me and Chris would be on the field, or me and Aiden, or Chris and Aiden would be on the field, and we would shut down a point really fast. And then Giovanni would be like, "Hey, are you guys good to spin again?" Most of the time, we were like, "Yeah," but there was one point where I think we were playing. I think it was legendary weapons we were playing. He asked me if I could spin again, dude, and I was just going all out that match. I was like, "I've got to sit this one out, man." But yeah, most of the time we would have Steve stay in, and then just sub our other 2 out.
And Weapons is doing well this season too, I feel like.
They almost beat us.
I thought they had a win for some. Maybe they got a win in D5 somewhere.
They won
Yeah.
I think
they won.
No, they haven't won an NGXL this year.
Are you sure?
I thought
In
they got
Division
something
5,
last
they got a
tournament.
win. Division 5, they got a win at the first event, and then they got 4th and then 3rd.
I saw Legendary Weapons got first the last tournament. I thought that's what I saw.
And GXL has D6? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the NGXL, yeah, they did get first in D6.
Okay. I thought
Sorry,
I saw
boys.
that. Oh, no, you're
Yeah.
good. I thought I saw that.
Well, hey man, it's about that time to wrap this up. So let's do this. Each of you give me your favorite memory of Steve.
I got mine. Mine is actually like multiple times.
Okay.
During the moment, I was like, what the hell? But now that I think about it, I just think like that was such a Steve thing to do. So Steve would be there with us talking, and you would turn around to do something, and you turn right back around, and he's on the other end of the field talking to somebody else. Or he'd just walk off, and we would just be like, dude, where did Steven go? He was just here, dude. And he did that so many times. And in the moment, I was just like, what the hell? But now it's just like, damn, like that was such a Steven thing to do. I love that.
I mean, he used to be the social guy from our team, like I'm just saying something like from what he said, like, and that's true. Like we used to like be all together in the same table talking about the game plan because we're playing in a scrimmage. And then I remember Giovanni saying like, where's Steve? And then I turn around and then Brian was next to me and I was like, dude, the Steve is on the other side, all the way on the other side of the pit, talking to Pete, if I'm not mistaken.
He'd be
And we're
talking to
like,
everyone.
Steve. Dude, like he always do that. But me personally, I will say the day that we met, the day that he started texting me like about creating a paintball team. I'm not a really social person. And then he came at me and then he came with this idea about paintball. And then, since then, like the friendship that we created, it was a true friendship, it was something cool. He was the kind of person that he's always, trying to take care of you, trying to make sure that you're good. If you need something, either for paintball or either for whatever you need. But I will say
Steve.
the day that I met, the day that we met was actually the best, memory that I had for him.
Okay. That's a good memory, man. Well, let's shout out the sponsors.
Well,
You want to take
Carbon.
one and you take the other? Carbon.
Shout out to Carbon. Yeah.
We'll give a shout out to Palmetto Hills. Best field. I think me and Chris can both agree. They're the best field we've ever played at. I don't think another field has done it better.
Yeah,
It's a
we
great
have
field.
We have played in couple fields. Well, I have played like different couple fields, but shout out Paintball Hills Paintball. They always do the best. Like Pete always mowing the grass and then trying to keep up the field as best as they can. Always, trying to give you like the better service, customer service quality that they can give you.
Yeah.
Yeah, the best field in the Carolinas for me personally. Bolsack, Killionaires. Shout out to the
Shout out
Killionaires.
Killionaires, yeah. I'd say shout out Paintball Dad and Blackout Media too.
Yeah, Blackout Media.
Um,
Shout out to
Alright.
yeah,
Blackout Media. Dude, he is
Blackout
one of
Media
the
always,
I
yeah,
can say that he is one of the best media guys in the Carolinas that I met,
agreed.
that I know. Like this guy, like you can tell that he put some hours into media stuff. Like he's
And we
not like
appreciate it
just
too.
yeah, he's not like just taking photos and then just changing the filters and then sending it to you. He take his time, like he sit for hours and then edit videos and pictures, and the quality that he send you is like 10 out of 10, like amazing.
We recommend him if you guys want video and media.
Because he is part of the team, not because he like to hang out with the Killionaires. He besides that, his job is amazing.
He's just an overall great guy too. Like you can't hate him. He's one of those guys where it's like if you hate him, you
Something's wrong with
probably
you.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
He's one of those guys.
yeah. He one of
Nice.
those.
All right. Well, awesome.
Am I
And
forgetting something?
we got it
Another
all.
shout out? No, I don't know. I'm asking Ryan.
Paintball
Can
Dad.
we forget? Oh well, think about the coach.
Hey, Paula, you mentioned him. He's got his name dropped enough.
Yeah.
Oh well, also like now we have two lines. We start with only one
Okay.
line of the Killionaires, and that was the OG Killionaires, the main line, the main roster. And now we have a second line that we're working on. Now we have more players in the team. We're trying to, grow the team as much as we can.
Yeah.
Try to keep up with Steve's legacy. He created this for us, and then all of us are trying to keep up with his legacy for him, and then try to make it work.
Killionaires tattoos in the future.
Probably.
Maybe. Why not? I like the logo. I think the Reaper looks cool.
I like this, sir.
All right. Well, guys, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having
I'm
us.
glad we
No,
could
thank
have
you
you.
for having us, bro.
Ryan, you know the drill. We just got to hang out for a second while
Yeah,
it uploads.
cool deal.
Thanks for tuning in to the Planet Paintball Podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Whether you're out there grinding in the divisional pits or chasing dreams on the pro stage, remember, it's all about the passion, the hustle, and the love for the sport. Shout out to 1023 Sportswear for sponsoring the show. Don't forget to use code Planet Paintball at checkout for 20% off your order. Gear up, save big. Until next time, keep grinding, keep growing, and we'll see you back here on the Planet Paintball Podcast